We're live, I think. Had people waiting. All right, as always, guys, please let me know how much the sound sucks. I'm sure the video is not as good as it should be. I'm going to wipe it off here. Sorry, everybody. There you go. I'm not prepared as always. All right. I'm going to get the chat open here. Let me know if the sound is all right. We got our little mic thing here. We're trying that Mike set me up with. And I'm going to try and get this going here. So, got the mic. I'm hopefully not going to be screaming at you guys. There I am. All right, so let me know how the sound is, if you guys can hear me okay. I'm going to be set up, hopefully answering questions as always. Okay, Mike's on the chat as well, says the sound is good. So I got the little lapel mic, which should be good. Good. I got the sound turned up. We're getting better at this. The visual side of the camera, we're still using a cell phone for live. So just to get ahead of the comments, the quality is going to be lower than you would see on our normal videos because we are streaming live from my cell phone. So yeah, so it is Sunday. The dust has cleared from the mega haul of 34 Ford stuff that we did literally last weekend. This time last Sunday, I was loading the trailer with all of those cars, Jason, Frank, and myself, and then we were loading all that stuff up onto the trailers and getting everything loaded. This time last week in Michigan, we were way up in. I don't want to say northern Michigan. I got chastised from some Michigan guys, but we were up there, not on the UP, but we were up there, just by Lake Huron. So I'm going to answer questions as always, but that's kind of an update. I've been just so busy with everything. Literally just a few minutes ago, one of my customers, Aaron, that's a viewer, and I did some work on Aaron's Model A Roadster. You guys may remember. He ended up buying the Roadster. So he had been asking me for a while if I came across the 33 Ford Roadster to let him know. So he actually picked that up this morning already and is taking that back home to Connecticut. So that found its new home. My buddy Jerry got the 3-window. If you guys follow social media on Instagram, Jerry has already kind of been posting and working on that 3-window. He cleaned a lot of the old green primer that was on it and weird primer and uncovered a lot of the black original paint, much like I did with the Stroll car. So he's already moving on that thing. So I'm so happy that these cars are getting love. I mean, I'd love to keep them all, but the big thing is getting all this stuff back into circulation. So, that was just kind of feedback from all the comments in the videos of what was going on with the cars. I need a bigger building. This one right here is probably the one I'm going to tinker with myself. So that's why it's in the back corner of the shop here. That's why it was on my trailer. And this car is just such a time capsule. It would be too neat. So I didn't even wash it yet, didn't do anything. So here probably in another week or two, we'll have a video. We're going to wash the car, clean it out, just take a look at how, unmessed with this car is, which will be really cool. So yeah, so that's what's going on. Glad to hear the sound is good. Good God, that car is beautiful. This thing is really neat. I'm going to pick you guys up and walk you around the shop too in a little bit. We'll just get going here. Somebody asked let's see. What's going on with the Sweetheart Roadster? So Sweetheart Roadster, I moved back into the center of the shop because I put this car in its place. Really, it's just I bounce between these projects as I get time or the videos call for it. Now, the one thing on the Sweetheart Roadster is we did videos on the whole driver's side. I need to do the passenger door and some patch panels in the back, which we've already done videos on, so it's not as high up because of the videos. A lot of what we do kind of revolves around making videos for you guys. So a lot of people give me crap on why is this car whatever, why haven't we seen a video? A lot of this stuff, there's a delay because A, I'm maybe looking for parts or organizing things and getting stuff together to do the next batch of videos, or we're working on it in the background, or I'm trying to find time in between the normal videos to work on it. So Sweetheart Roadster is literally that. I need to make a door and do a bunch of stuff, which is probably a couple weeks worth of work. and I can't just not shoot videos for a couple weeks. So I got to find these little a little bit of time in between that I can do that. So I'm going to be getting back on that probably in the winter, realistically, because that is a great winter project where I can just shut the doors in the shop and just do some metal fab. During the summer, I'm running around, chasing parts, going to shows, driving the cars, just enjoying the nice weather. So I don't work as heavily on those like intensive metal fab projects. And I like doing stuff like we're doing with the Stroll car, where we're more just doing assembly type work. So that's what's going on with that. Good evening from Thailand. Hey, what's going on, Thailand? Awesome. That's super cool. How many grills did I get there in Michigan? I got 0 extra grills. I got 1 grill that went with the 34 Roadster that Aaron got with his car. Rest of the cars did not have extra grills. I got 0 grills. I got the one that's on this car, the one that's on the Phaeton, and that is it. So unfortunately, I didn't get any extra grills. I was hoping I did, but I did not. Ever consider getting into motorcycles? Yes, but I can't even imagine if I got into bikes and these old cars, it would be out of control. So I kind of avoid it. I would love to have some kind of early motorcycle from the 20s, 30s, or 40s. I am from the Reading area, Reading, Pennsylvania. There was a motorcycle called the Reading Standard that I am in love with. My local museum, the Boyertown Antique Car Museum here in my hometown. They have a great museum here. Check it out if you're in the area. But they have 1 or 2 Reading Standards there, and I drool over them every time I go there. I would love one of those bikes. Very, very, very expensive, so I don't know if I'll ever get one. Let's see. Good morning, but beautiful. I want it for $100,000. You show up with $100,000 cash, I might let this car go. Do I remember the original owner's name? I think it was Clara Spencer. I forget her middle initial. We're going to do a video. I got a bunch of paperwork with this car that the gentleman that owned all of the 34 stuff, he gave me right when I was leaving a big plastic bag of all kinds of paperwork from him, just collecting stuff over the years. And there was letters from him and his brother in Montana when they were chasing parts, writing letters to each other. There's some stuff from when he got this car, bunch of neat stuff, old photos, all kinds of stuff. So we're going to kind of show some of that when we get into going over this car here in a video coming up soon. What is the 34 floor for? 34 floor was for a sedan that he cut up, or he bought that somebody had cut real low, but the floor was really nice. That is already spoken for. Selling the 34.5 window, I'm interested. I'm not really that excited to get rid of it. If I gave you a price, it would be something pretty sky high because I kind of like the car. So for right now, I'm not super interested. With all these parts acquisition, taking them to Carlisle this fall, I will be doing, number one, let's get into events. Well, that's a great point to mention this. So our next big event we're doing, kind of on the books officially, is we're doing the Wheels of Time show in Macungie. That show is a long-running, multi-day street rod show, hot rod show that is in Macungie, Pennsylvania. It's been going on forever. We are doing a setup there again. The other year we brought the T and we had a setup out in a prominent area. They're giving us another good spot right when you drive in on the right side. They're giving us a spot with a tent and stuff. We're going to have a couple cars there. So we're going to be at that event just hanging out, not necessarily vending, but just hanging out. As far as vending goes, I'm definitely going to be doing Fall Carlisle. And the big one is Hershey. I'm going to be set up at Hershey with a ton of stuff. Same thing at Carlisle, but maybe a little bit smaller. So if you can make either of those events, definitely do. I would say Hershey, I definitely bring a lot more stuff. But Fall Carlisle will definitely bring stuff as well. If I can fit it into the schedule, I may possibly set up for the Race of Gentlemen swap meet and be attending that. But I don't want to make promises because who knows what's Fall Carlisle as well. So anyways, yeah, hoping to do a bunch of those events. What about Dad's Daily Driver? I've gotten a ton of questions about that. That is a great example of what I was talking about. Dad's Daily, I've been gathering parts to put the engine back together and getting a friend or two to help me with just going through the engine and putting it back together. That takes time. Schedule, ordering parts being out of stock like everybody's running into with the effects of COVID. It's taken a while. I finally got all that stuff. It's actually back behind the camera over there on the stand. I think I got all the parts I need. So we're hoping in the next month to spend a day one weekend or a couple of days one weekend and kind of get that engine put back together and the trans, regasketed and stuff and put back in the car. So it is going to happen, but things are very, very busy. With me going full time with IronTrap Garage, I am now like ramp things up with the buying and selling and trying to get stuff listed more actively. I'm running like 12, 15-hour days. So I haven't been able to work on that car as much as I'd like, but we will be getting back on it really soon. So let's see here. This old hot rod. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. He's given some props for what we're doing. If you guys aren't, I mentioned him in another video, another live. This old hot rod's doing a similar channel to what we do. He's working on old hot rods, traditional stuff, and just doing it the, kind of grassroots style like we are. So definitely follow his channel. That's another good one. So thank you, man. Hopefully I'll see you at Carlisle or Hershey this year again. Let's see. Are the Phaeton the original? No. It is yellow and black. I those original colors. The paint's like really flaking off some of the panels where I don't think they prepped the metal. So I think that thing was resprayed. I'm sure it's not original, but the interior in the car is also not original. So I'm guessing probably in the 60s at some point the car was redone. But the best thing is it's from Argentina. The car was very dry, very rust-free, and it's very complete. So that car is like a paint job and an interior away from being a very, very nice car, and obviously going through some of the mechanical. I'm going to be listing that Phaeton for sale, so if anybody's interested in the Phaeton, I'd love to keep it, but I have no room, I don't have the time, so I'm probably going to be listing that for sale. If it doesn't sell easily before Hershey, I'll probably be dragging it to Hershey and putting it out for sale at Hershey, so that's what's going on with that. Did you get the start of a shop truck? No, I got a pickup cab that actually my buddy Ben, who built the sign, that's the neon sign that's in the shop, I got that for Ben. Ben's been looking for a pickup cab to build a shop truck. A lot of these cars that were sold were guys that just have hit me up or visited over the years and have said, hey, if you ever come across X. So Ben's been looking for a cab. He and I went to look at one earlier this summer that was rotten and broken in half, and I was like, dude, don't buy this thing. It was really bad. So he did not buy it, and Ben's coming to grab that cab. So I'm hooking him up and returning the favor for him doing such a great job on the sign and hooking me up on the price of the sign. I'm hooking him up on that cab. So that's how a lot of this stuff I think should work. You hook your friends up on good deals, and it all comes back around. We can help each other. So I'm looking for, if I do a shop truck, I'm really looking for something that's kind of like this, where it's like a Survivor truck that's kind of full fendered and all there, and I can just kind of do my little things to it. That's what I'm looking for that. Let's see. Can you put a link to the McCungie event? Yeah, Mike hopefully can drop a link in there, but it's McCungie is spelled MACUNGIE, Wheels of Time Street Rod Show. So if you just Google, oh, he already put it there. I'm messing up. So yeah, Mike put a link in the chat there. It's wheelsoftime.org is their URL. You can check out that show. It's like a 3-day show. It's really fun. It's about 20 minutes or half an hour from my shop. Depending on what goes on, we may do a little open house in my shop, maybe Friday or Saturday night. I don't know yet, but we're going to be at the event for sure, hanging out. Should be a good time. It is a good event that's been going on for so long that there's always some neat cars that come out. The bands play at night, all that kind of stuff. So it's a good time, and we like promoting that show because those guys have been doing a great job, and they're trying to get more younger guys and some of the traditional cars to start showing up to that event, and it's definitely worth your time. There's a lot of really nice, neat stuff, and it's good to hang out and see everybody. Let's see here. Hope it's a bit cooler there, Michael asked from the UK. Yeah, it's a little bit, but it's still dang humid. But the past 2 days were like beautiful. Past 2 or 3 days have been beautiful. Rich asked about the pickup cab. Like I mentioned, I'm selling that to a friend. Will you be willing to hire an apprentice? Sure. we had somebody before that was helping us. Andrew, who's a young guy. He went on to pursue other interests and isn't helping us anymore. Mike's going to be jumping in and helping a lot more here soon. Yeah, so he can. We may be interested in I wouldn't call it an apprentice, but a helper, somebody who wants to help out. We are not a big business or corporation that we make a ton of money, so I can't afford to pay someone like big money. But hey, if you're interested in helping out, we do have a couple guys that volunteer and trade for lift time or help with the tools or welding. I reciprocate that stuff. So send us an email, irontrapgarage@gmail.com. Excuse me. Any update on the 39 Ford sedan? I've been driving it around a little bit. It really needs the carburetor rebuilt, that teapot carb. I think the accelerator pump is dying a slow death, and the last time I drove it, it just had accelerator pump was just gone, I think. So I need to send that carb away to get rebuilt because I have no experience with that carb. But otherwise, it's driving okay. There's a couple little things mechanically I want to fix, and we're going to be getting rid of it. I mean, I just have so many cars. I drove it a little bit this summer. It's been fun, but we are going to be getting rid of it. I haven't decided how we're going to get rid of it, whether it's listing it on eBay, doing some kind of, wild drawing or something. I have no idea, but we're going to be getting rid of it. I'm hoping maybe for the fall, but I haven't decided yet. Again, I mentioned in other videos, if you're interested and you want to deal with the stuff that still needs to be done on it, I would pass it along. The car is as far along as I'm really going to take it. So you could send us an email at irontrapgarage@gmail, and maybe it's something that you would be interested in. It's all legal, titled in my name. It's registered as an antique in Pennsylvania, so it's all street legal, good to go. As far as that goes, it just needs some work and messing around some stuff that any project that's thrown together like that would need. So. Need some more shirts from Australia Friday. Yeah, we got shirts. We're working on a fall design that hopefully we'll have maybe for Hershey this year. So we may be dropping some new shirts before wintertime. Let's see. This is what's nice about having a shop or a YouTube channel. People come to you with hidden treasures. Yes, one of the things with the channel that's really great is we do actively buy and people find our channel. So it is a great thing. It is it is one of the benefits of doing our channel. I love it. Are you going to be home next Sunday? I'll be in Pennsylvania. I'd like to come by. Andrew from Georgia. Yes, next Sunday I should be in the shop. And we would be doing our normal Sunday service where people come by. I'm sure during this video people are going to be showing up. So yeah, just as always, send us a message. But if you are interested for directions or whatever, or want to arrange, send an email, irontrapgarage@gmail.com, or send us a message on social media. But yeah, we will be okay for having visitors for Sunday service next Sunday. New mic rules, awesome. Thank you. I'm glad that it's working. Any thoughts of electric conversion or manual trans rollers? Not something I'm interested in doing. I've seen some guys do the electric stuff. It's just not what we're into. Our little niche here is doing stuff with old parts, the old ways, and that's it. But I know there are guys doing electric conversions. That's their thing. That's great. Just not what I'm into. So yeah, go for it if you want to do it. Slow shop and custom. Is a Y block wrong in a traditional tutor? Not at all. A Y block, I mean, traditional is such a broad term. I don't really like pigeonholing anybody, but I think the traditional as a whole, a lot of people, call that like the mid-60s and older style hot rods is what a lot of it falls into. But in recent years, even the 70s stuff, the street is neat kind of stuff has been coming back, and that falls under the same category. Really all that it's about is doing stuff with old parts the old way, and it's nostalgic. So a Y block, they came out in what, 54, 55, 54, I believe, is the first year of Y blocks. That's definitely in the right area. So there was hot rods using Y blocks back in that era. So if you want to use one, certainly do it. I mean, that's really cool. We have a 55 T-Bird engine in the 39 Forgotten hot rod, and that was done back in the 50s. So yes, that's a great one. They sound really cool. They can be quite fast. They're really neat. Let's see. Come to the UK. Hey, I'd love to come to Pendine. Am I saying it right? Pendine Sands. I'd love to come to that event one year. I haven't been back to England in a number of years. It's been too long, so I definitely got to go back. What are the plans for the Cream 34? I'm kind of right now just going to clean it up, and right now we're just going to try and get it running, moving, driving, all that kind of stuff. I'm not going to really hack this car up for anybody that's been wondering. I'm not going to chop it and channel and do anything crazy. The most that I would do, most I would possibly do to this thing is put like big and little tires on it, change just a little bit, and maybe put a reverse side spring on it just to give it a little, a little better stance. But Otherwise, nothing. I mean, we're going to do minimal things if I do anything to it. I may even just leave it completely stock and just drive, but I just want to, it'll just be neat as a survivor car to put it around and have fun in it. So that's really the plan with it. I'm not going to cut this up or chop it or do anything major. This car survived this long without being, totally hacked up, so I'm going to try and do my part to keep it that way. Let's see. North Carolina, you're going to try and make Carlisle. Awesome. Yeah, fall Carlisle should be pretty good. Spring Carlisle was really good as well. This show needs more Kate. Kate's in the house actually today. She's off work, and I was giving her crap she should come out. But she's been super busy with her salon stuff that she hasn't been able to help, come on camera. We're going to be doing a mail call video really, really soon, so I'm hoping to get her to help out with that. Do I have any grill shells for sale? Not really. I have grill shells, but I don't really sell them. What's the latest on Dad's Daily? As I mentioned, we got engine parts. We're waiting on parts. We're going to be fixing up the engine here soon. When are we going to twist Mike's arm to get his wallet out and get building? He might have something here soon. Does it make a clang sound when you sit down from all the horseshoes? I don't know if it's necessarily luck as much as all the hard work we've done to get our channel built and get a network out there to reach people that will tell us about deals. So you got to have the way to get out there that people know that you can buy stuff. You have to have the capital to buy stuff. You have to have the means to move the stuff. There's a lot going on here that has nothing to do with luck. And a lot of people say it must be nice, must be luck. Really, there's not any luck involved. It's just that we've built something that we can get these leads and make it happen, and that's it. No different than knocking door to door, putting a newspaper, putting a paper on your local grocery store, looking to buy antique cars that people used to do before the internet. We're just doing it, using the internet to help get the word out there we buy cars. Original color or repainting it different. This was brush painted by Clara. This tan color over the Cordoba gray, which is a slightly darker gray color that you could see under some of the flaking. For right now, I'm going to leave it alone. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do again. It's kind of neat as an old Survivor car, so I may just wash it up and clean it and leave it as is. Again, it's kind of, you got to be careful with what you do with these cars that are so kind of like untouched, so to speak. Let's see. Needs more Moon. Moon was out here earlier this morning running around causing mayhem, but he is in the house for now because I can't keep track of him and then he wanders off. 2021 challenge. We had a couple questions about that. Mike and I kind of haven't really been paying attention to it since I've went full time. It's been hard to separate that stuff, so we've really failed on that this year, unfortunately. So not much on that. Any trips out to California in the near future? We are planning on doing, or I can't speak for Mike and everybody else that comes with. I am planning on doing Turlock and the Grand National Roadster show again. For anybody that can't make Grand National, we're hoping to get some behind-the-scenes stuff where we can get a load-in day and some other stuff like that. Hopefully videoed, and also maybe some videoing that is like after hours or early in the morning so we can get some better footage of the cars for you guys. Usually we run around with all the crowds. It's really hard to get good filming. So we're hoping this year, with some help, some friends that are involved in the show, that we can get some better footage for you guys, maybe get the award ceremony filmed a little better and some of that stuff. So we will be doing both of those shows. We're doing that typical deal where we fly in and we're going to drive somehow between those two events. If anybody's in that, Turlock to Southern California area and you have anything interesting you'd like us to see or film or anything like that, send us an email, irontrapgarage@gmail.com, and maybe we can make a stop along our way doing that madness. And that's end of January. Would like to see how the garage was built. So the garage was basically, it's dug into the ground. So this back wall you can see here is basically, a lot of it is underground. And the far corner over there is actually like ground level almost. And then the wall that goes behind the camera here is also dug into the ground. This wall is freestanding, but it was built like an old bank barn. In this part of the country, super common to have this old fieldstone they would stack together, and that's how it's built. And then they put these huge, massive beams that are actually sunken into the stone, and then there's a flat roof around it. So it's pretty cool. It was built in '47. Any plans for a straight 6 build? Probably not right now, at least. Let's see. Do I ever do disc brake conversions? I grew up with drum brakes and they suck. No. We do stuff the old way with the old parts, and that's how I do it. Doesn't make sense to everybody, but that's how we enjoy doing that. If you want to put disc brakes on your car and do a more modern street rod build, totally cool with me. We just like doing stuff the old way. And the brakes on these cars, while they aren't as good as a modern car, if you adjust them correctly and put new parts on them, they're not horrible, but you can't ride somebody's ass driving in rush hour traffic with these cars because they don't stop as quite as well. But we like doing stuff the old way. So if you like disc brakes, use disc brakes, but we don't do it. At least I don't. You plan on Moultrie or Charlotte this year? So Moultrie, yes, I'm planning on doing Moultrie again. Same, going to be hopefully driving down there to Moultrie. If anybody from Pennsylvania to Georgia for Moultrie or even northern Florida has anything interesting that you would like us to stop and see, or a place to pick, or a neat old junkyard, or maybe you just have a really crazy collection you know of, we'd love to stop and maybe do some filming along the way. So send us an email, irontrapgarage@gmail.com, and maybe we could stop along the way. Same thing last year. We stopped at a couple places. We bought some stuff. We visited some different places. We love to do that on these trips. I'm hoping to do it again. Fall Charlotte, I don't know about. I got to look at the date. I love spring Charlotte. Definitely going to be doing that. Fall Charlotte, hopefully I can do it. I just got to look at the dates and see when it lands again. I heard you mention building a second floor in the last video. Any updates on that? Basically, I got a bunch of quotes over the winter. The prices were like double of what they were when I got quotes years ago, obviously, because prices have gone up and then they've been climbing for building costs. I'm hoping stuff levels out a little bit, so I'm kind of holding off till next year, and I've just been focusing on, since I went full-time with IronTrap, I've just been focusing on just paying the bills and making sure we could stay afloat without having a normal day job. So I didn't want to do anything crazy and build a building like instantly, and then I have no safety net of spare money. So I'm trying to just get everything running and smoothly, and then hopefully next year stuff will even out and we can build that building next year. That is the goal, and we're doing pretty good here. Hopefully everything so far seems to be running really good. I need to look for some wood to knock on. So yeah. Let's see. Can you and Mike wear GoPros and walk around Hershey and the others? It would be interesting to see you haggling. We've talked about doing that. The only weird part is, difficult part is, not as old. If you're going out, if we film this super raw, hard for us to do that. That's why we pretty much never do that, because it's really difficult to do it. I know it would be interesting. I would love to film it, but it's super hard because every person is different. Personalities are different, and a lot of times it would just add some probably negative. That's the part of it being actually true reality, what we do, and not some of the reality. They already had that on camera. We're trying not to do that, so that's where it gets a little difficult. Let's see here. Are you going to sell the 3-window or the 34 convertible? Both of those are where they went to. So guys that were looking, you would be better off buying a small used car dealership. You're probably right. Lost audio, breaking up, lost audio. Cutting out. Okay, sorry. Let's try. Is it getting better now? Audio. Did we get our audio back? Test, 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 test. Man, this audio thing is... Let's see here. Let me know if it's getting any better. Maybe I bumped something on the audio and that's what was happening. I apologize. Audio is good now. I think I might have just hit the cord. Sorry, guys. Sorry, guys. I got this like pack thing and I'm hitting my cord. So sorry. Part of live. We're not the Super Bowl. All right. So why don't I walk you guys around and show you some stuff real quick. And I'll try not to hit my mic here as I'm doing this. I appreciate you guys letting me know. I'll try and fix the mic as soon as we have an issue. Like I said, I have a cord in my pocket, and probably if I bump the cord, it causes an issue. So here we go. So here is the 34. I'm going to try and not lose signal here. Look, first of all, listen to this door. This thing shuts. I mean, it's like incredible how good this thing is. And so yeah, the dash on this thing is just incredible. It's got a neat old radio on the column there, you guys can see. Got the old plaid seat cover, but it looks like the original seat is underneath of that cover. Door cards are awesome. This is a standard, so it has kind of like the 33 style garnish moldings to have the just a single rib there, no cowl lights. The dash is painted like a brownish color, so thing is just it's awesome. So loving this car. It's really, really cool. Everything's actually pretty decent on it. It's just like, but Clara, I think when I was buying the car, the owner Brian, who I bought everything from, was telling me that she was like 85 or something like that, and at the end of her years, she was not seeing so good, and she obviously banged in some stuff. We have an old photo showing the car, and it looks identical back in the day. So, but this thing is just such a time capsule. It's really, really awesome. Let's see here. Again, I'll open the doors. Lighting's a little better there. Just incredible. So I'm really psyched on this car, so we're kind of giving away the secret, yeah. I'm hoping to just get it going, like somebody just said, detail and drive it. I'm hoping to just clean it, get it going, and enjoy the car without modifying it too much. It's neat to just have an old Survivor like this. As much as I'd like to turn it into a crazy hot rod, this isn't the car. So yeah, but you can see, I mean, the keys. Well, here, I'll see if I can get the key out. Here we go. Here's the keys. So I got a bunch of extra keys with this thing, but it's got all these old Ford keys. They were probably done in the 50s, but I have the original keys as well, which is really, really cool with it. You can see the old oil change stickers in the doors, you know, down in here from the gas station when she took the oil changes. There's another one. This was actually at the Ford dealership in Inglewood, California. So she lived in Inglewood, so that might have actually been where she bought the car, possibly. So I have some paperwork that came with the car that, so you can see this oil was changed 90, I think it says 9,700 miles or 9,760 miles. So that oil change, the car hasn't even hit that number there. It's 9,700 something. The car has, what's that? Oh, I must be wrong. 35,000 on it. So that was an old one. Okay. I can't even read it quite right. It looks like they were just like writing it on and then scratching it back in. I'm not sure. But anyways, this one, oh, here, this one says 32,715. So we are 3 miles away from having an oil change, according to that last sticker. So just in time for the oil change. It's 712. So anyways, super cool. That is what's going on with that car. You guys could see we have a video coming out tomorrow. I believe it is. Mike will correct me, but we have a video coming out tomorrow. I sprayed the whole underside of this car with Eastwood chassis black. Rust encapsulator. And then we did Raptor liner on there. That's really, really good. I'm sorry, Tuesday. Duh. You would think I'd know this by now. Tuesday, we have that coming out. So Tuesday is the video for that. You guys can see I have this thing jacked up. I'm working on a video right now for the rear end, so I won't give too much of that away yet, but you can see the chassis is all painted. It's sitting underneath here on the lift. Yeah, it's awesome. Oh, I think so. I just saw somebody ask what this motor is. This is a Studebaker. So it's a Stud engine with a rare Edmunds intake on it. I think I traded into this intake at Hershey last time. I traded a guy some 32 parts, and he gave me some speed equipment. This is a Studebaker, and then these are Stud Stromberg carburetors that had these cool 90-degree necks on them. So I had this engine sitting around. My buddy Jason was helping with an estate with some Studebaker stuff, and he got some of the cars before they scrapped them. This was a running engine. He got the run. He basically gave me the engines because he figured I could use it instead of scrapping it. So I got some chrome valve covers and that stuff, and just it's sitting here for, you know, maybe someday. I was going to sell it, but who knows? You know, I just have it sitting here. If the right car comes up, we'll use it. What else? Oh, I scored. We didn't really cover it. There was an online auction this past week in Virginia, and I scored an engine with a McCullough blower, another one. So, and I got an extra intake with it. And there was like 3 of those blower setups. And I got this one that was on an engine. It turns out it's a 59L block, which is pretty much one of the best flathead blocks to get. It's already relieved for bigger valves, so that block is awesome. So I'm really psyched on that. I got my friend Rob from Virginia actually picked the stuff up for me, and he was heading north, so it worked out so perfect. And I got a spare Edmunds wall hanger head with it. So if anybody's looking for an 8BA Edmunds head, I got one spare that I'll probably get rid of. So I'll check the chat here real quick. That's a couple things in the corner here that are going on that are a little different. Let's move this over a little bit. Okay. All right, questions. I'm here for you, Matt. Thank you. Let's see. Sorry if the camera was a little funny there. Preserve those oil change stickers. Yeah, I definitely want to do that. Let's see. The original gray, that would look nice. The cream like house paint. It basically is like house paint. That's the tough part. I got to look at it more. We may be able to uncover the gray because it's like really nice under the spots for its chipping. So I've been playing with the idea, do we just take our time and just like we did with the Schroll car and kind of take it all off. The only part that's really tough is all these louvers. That worries me. Getting all that paint off those louvers might be really, really difficult. We'll see. Yeah, Studebaker engines are near bulletproof. I've heard that those things are like really, really tough. Is it fair to ask, have you outgrown out of the hangar / garage? Yes, I have way more stuff that I could fit in this garage, but this building is like home for me. So we won't be getting rid of the building. I'm just hoping to, you know, put some more space up. We'll see. Can you show us the motor? Yeah, I'll open the hood side here in a second. What cars are you selling? Basically everything but this car right here. Is Matt moderating in Kate's checkered flag pants? No, you guys don't want to see that. You definitely don't want to see that. So when do you plan on opening a flathead museum? I don't know if I can. There's a lot of people that have way more stuff than me. I have some neat stuff for my age, but I don't have that much stuff. Yeah, let's see. So I'll open this up for you guys. Let me open the hood up. And I don't even know what time we're at here on the camera, but we are at 10:34. So we'll probably got about 15 minutes or 10 minutes. If you guys got any questions, just ask them. Because if you slow down, I'll probably lose interest and people will start showing up shortly. So there we go. So I'll open this up. I know the lighting kind of probably sucks right now. But the engine is pretty much all original. It's got the earlier, I mean, everything's pretty much correct on it that I could see. There's they added a fuel filter up front, probably because the gas tank had some crap in it. That was about the only major thing I saw that was really different on it. But yeah, so the engine's just oily. I mean, what you'd expect. But you could see the original color is there. And then you can actually see the original color here. This is that Cordoba gray, which is a really, really neat color. And you can see it's just like flaking off. So we're half wondering if we could take a power washer carefully and knock some of that off as well, but I don't want to go too crazy. So we don't know. I got to really think about it. I don't like making quick moves on cars like this. You got to stare at them. Just like the 32 Roadster, we like to just try and figure all that out. So, but yeah, anyway, so that is, that's that. Let me, I'll answer a few more questions. Like I said, then we'll probably get ourselves going for the day because I got a busy day. And you guys have been asking a lot of good questions already. So let's see here. How old are you, Kate and Mike? Kate usually has to tell people. I am 38, I think, 39, 38. Mike can answer, and Kate's, I should know Kate, I'm going to get yelled at. 30? I should know that. Let's see here. We consider attending the 2022 Pate Swap Meet next year since it's after spring Carlisle. Yes, that would be pretty cool, actually. I think we just saw, and I don't know if you're the same person, but we just got an email last night from somebody that helps out with the Pate Swap Meet asking if we'd like to come out and vendor or attend. And I would love to come to that swap meet. It's just as kind of mentioned, it usually interferes with spring Carlisle, and I can't make it. It's just more convenient. But I hear Pate is amazing, so I'd really like to make it. So if the dates work out like that, then yeah, probably would like to make it out there. Whether we fly or we drive would be awesome. That would be really cool. Let's see. What's your take on early Chevy bodies? They're full of wood and they're usually rotten, but they are really cool and an affordable way to get into an early car. So they are definitely cool when they're done. They actually ride a lot better than Fords because the suspension was just a better design. Share the email address again. I think might have gave it. It's irontrapgarage@gmail.com. Mike has it in the chat there if you scroll, I believe, or he can drop it again. You really need to get that house paint off and preserve what's under there. It'll be an eternity, but wow, yeah. That's my problem. It's like there's so much on here. She did such a great job. Getting it off would be a pain, but it might be something that would be fun over the winter to just pick away at. Just take the hood, work on it for a while, work on all the pieces. But if we could get that Cordoba gray, it's such a neat color. I would love to get that color taken care of. Let's see. Have you ever thought about going to the Hot Rod Hill Climb in Central Colorado? Yes, I'd love to hit that event. It looks amazing. It's probably looks to me like it's one of the most fun events in the country right now. So I would love to make it. Again, scheduling is so difficult. We're trying to build stuff up as we go, and really it's like a one-man show. Mike is also a big part of it, and basically two-man show, let's put it that way. So scheduling is just so tough. So for us to leave for a week to go to an event, it makes it difficult. But we're going to try and hit that event soon. I really, really want to hit it. That's one of my things I want to start doing more of, is going to more events. So we would love to go there. Let's see, Pine Tree Jamboree. That is like, I really was hoping to go to that, but it's like jamming up with that Wheels of Time show. It's like the weekend before, I think, and it's like jamming up with that show, which we had already like promised them we would do. So I'm hoping I can make it, but the scheduling is looking really, really crappy now. So I don't know. I don't want to promise. It's kind of shitty, but Mike will tell you I have a horrible habit of like double and triple booking myself. I just tell everybody yes, and then it doesn't work out. So anyways, I hope to make it, but the scheduling is looking really crappy right now. Is the motor stuck on the 34? I don't know. I haven't tried yet. We're going to try that maybe later today. I've just literally have just gotten through getting all the parts and cars put away and in storage and all that in the warehouse, all that stuff. So I haven't even had time to even hardly do more than what you just saw. Open the door and just be like, huh, that's neat. So we will start messing with this here soon. Maybe even later today. I don't know. We'll see how the day goes. And we will film it, of course. Let's see. I can confirm his memory sucks. Memory is horrible. Horrible. Let's see. So that's pretty much it for the questions. We're at like 40 minutes now. So thank you guys for following along. If you have any questions, throw them in real quick. Otherwise, I'm going to probably cut out and try and get some work done here today. I appreciate you guys following along, asking questions as always. Again, Wheels of Time show is the last weekend, I believe, in August, or one of the last weekends in August. Wheelsoftime.org is their website. If you are on the East Coast or even anywhere close, it's a good event. Definitely come out. Hit us up if you can make it. We'll be there all weekend. Carlisle, Hershey, we will definitely be at those. Hopefully to get out to Race of Gentlemen and some other events. So hopefully we can run into you guys at some future events and we can high five and say hello and talk a little bit, and should be fun. So thank you guys for following along. I really appreciate it. Thank you guys. Appreciate it. Catch you later. See ya.